Andy Keogh joins us on the line. Andy, thanks for joining us, buddy.
How's it going?
Very well, very well. Listen, we want to paint the picture. You've been at Perth Glory now since July 2014. Take us back to that decision to leave Millwall in the Championship, I think they were at the time, to go to the other side of the world. How did it come about?
Yeah, well, basically, I had an offer from obviously Perth Glory, and at the time there was a few other Championship teams. Sheffield United, Millwall put a new offer on the table, and my uncle was over. He lives over here, and he was speaking to the owner of Perth Glory, and told them I was on a free transfer, and they threw out an offer as well, and I just decided to go for it.
Was it a big decision, not just for you, obviously family-wise as well? And I had offers late in my career to go to different places, different parts of the world. I was always sceptical about maybe at that stage you go over to that side of the world, or you go far away and you're just out of the public eye. How big of a decision was it for you?
Yeah, it was definitely a big decision. Obviously, everyone looks towards the English League and what you're doing there, but it was more of a challenge. And also, I had family that had moved here, and I decided I wanted to, spend some time with them and catch up on stuff I missed out with them growing up. And I knew there was the bigger picture of playing over here and potentially breaking into Asia also, coming from Australia. And it was just something I just went with, and I've been delighted with how it's gone so far. It's
the A-League's 14th season, so it's probably still early days, certainly with the history around the league. But how would you assess it? Where is it in terms of competition levels? Can you compare it to one of the leagues in England maybe, or what way do you see the league?
Well, in terms of, you probably look at it two ways. In terms of professionalism, it's as good as I've been at. All the modern stuff, the GPS, the analysis, your lot, the sports scientists. And then in terms of competitiveness, I think the top four teams with their first 11 on the pitch can compete in the Championship, no problem. But being a salary cap league, the squad depth is restricted. So, to be able to compete in, the Championship over a 46-game season, I don't think they'd have any chance. But, on a 1v, 11v11, best 11, the top four could definitely compete. So you've the first game of the season last weekend, you got off the score sheet, got a team to a nice 1-1 draw. There's been plenty of changes, hasn't there, at the club, Perth Glory, over the summer, close season, with new manager coming in, new CEO, Tony Popovich, the manager. A lot of defenders being sides. That was an area of concern, I think, from the outside looking in last year. And look, I'm not throwing that all at the defenders' doors. We all know well. You were the best centre forward I ever played with on the defensive side of the game. I remember you doing an unbelievable job on Pirlo one time. But talk to us a little bit about the changes at the club. As you said, Tony Popovich has come in, and to be honest, he has definitely changed the culture. It's a proper, as you say, 9-to-5 job now. There's no hiding. Everyone's accountable for their physical attributes and being mentally ready to step on the pitch. And to be honest, I'm loving it. It is tough going, but the way he wants me to play, I feel I'm going to get a lot of chances and excel in the formation. What's he changed tactically? Is it a different system? Do you have a different role to play in that team? Yeah, we're playing a 3-4-3 now. Previously it was a 4-4-2, 4-4-1-1. But yeah, basically, me being the number 9, he doesn't really want me in the channels, which is where I was used to going, in the younger years. And I'm just in between the two centre backs, making sure I don't allow them to drift wide, using the wing backs slash wingers to get in, and I'm just looking for the tap-ins, really, doing all my work in the box, which, as you get older, helps with the recovery of games and not doing those extra Ks. Yeah, you're 32 now, and it's even mad to think of you as a 32-year-old, because you just think of you as being that
you know, marauding, channel running, centre forward, full of energy, always constantly putting the opposition under pressure. How have you had to tweak that, or when did you start to tweak it, or body-wise, did you start noticing any difference? I know you look after yourself really, really well, but has it been since the managers come in that you've had that different role, that you've had to tweak your role?
No, I think it's been more of a mental thing. Actually, just getting it into my head as to, you know, not the old habits, because I feel I'm physically capable of still doing what I do, but it's more just, you know, as you get older, awareness, experience, you know, calling back on memories of situations and games, and I think I've really worked on that aspect, and I think it's definitely been helping me, and hopefully will be helping the team.
So tell us a little bit about life in Perth then. We all kind of imagine what it's like, the beach life, the weather, obviously the training, I suppose at times gets in the way of that, but paint us a little bit of a picture of your average day, average week, and what you can get up to.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's yeah, obviously the climate is beautiful. You know, you wake up, it's blue skies, sunny. Go pick up a coffee on the way to training down on the coast. Might even have a quick dip in the sea if it's nice enough. Then into training, a good normal sesh usually. Then afterwards, about 1, 2 o'clock, if we haven't have a double sesh, we'd meet the family, maybe have a bit of lunch out the backyard, or go down and have a few hours on the beach with the kids, and go from there. Really, it's quite relaxed, chilled, great place to bring up a young family. That's for sure.
That sounds amazing.
It does, doesn't it?
Well, you must be loving that, Andy.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. As I said, like even after training, you know, training the 30 degrees or whatever, and go down to your ice bath in the sea, catch a few waves. I've been doing that recently, and then lying in the sun. I definitely find just the sun, it keeps you in a better mood, and rejuvenates the body a bit when you just, you know, take it little by little, not bake in the sun for hours, but just a little half hour here and there is nice for the body. Sorry,
so you've taken up surfing recently?
Yeah, a bit of bodyboarding and that. Yeah, that just to occupy the mind and not constantly be football.
Are you any use?
Yeah. I've caught a few dumpers, which they call over here, which is when the sand and the shallow water gets sucked right up underneath the wave, and basically if you don't catch it right, you're getting smacked into the sand and washing machine for a few minutes.
Okay. In terms of Perth as a sporting city, like Australia is a very interesting case study in terms of how vastly different areas of the country are different, or how vastly different they are affected by sport and what their main sport is, like between rugby league in certain areas, rugby union in other areas, AFL in other areas. Like, how deeply penetrated has Perth Glory into the community in Perth? Is it close to being one of the top 3 sports, let's say, in the city?
Yeah, I think so. You know, we're averaging over 11,000, 12,000 now per game. AFL is obviously over here. AFL is the Premier League, if you know what I mean. And people do love it, and they've got over 100,000 members. So it's hard to compete with that. But the grassroots here is all football, and it's got the biggest the membership. So, you know, if you given time, I think the transition will slowly. Football will definitely be in the top 2 and going forward.
Yeah, and in terms of the profile of the A-League, obviously Usain Bolt and his addition down there at the moment, obviously, I'm pretty sure he's at the very opposite coast to you, Andy, so you've obviously not got up close and personal to him just yet, but what do you make of his addition to the A-League? I think from the outset looking in, the cynical person might have said, well, it's a bit of a novelty factor and maybe it doesn't do the league any good, but looking at him, he can play a small bit.
You know, because I play in the A-League, it's nice to have the attention on the A-League, but him playing in the A-League, and that's not for me. He's 31. He's never going to. For me, he's not going to be able to make it. He's shown a bit, but
he's brutal. Come on.
It's a little bit of a kick in the teeth to the professionals that are in the league. And
that was his first touch
from a marketing point of view, but from a football perspective, it's a little bit farcical.
What's his first touch like?
From what I've seen, it's like a trampoline. So I'm not too sure.
But obviously he's got a little bit of pace, the lad.
I'm not going to lie, all I saw was the goal, so I judged him entirely.
I'm with Andy. I'm not having it either at all. I think it's just an absolute publicity stunt.
Is it a complete gimmick, Andy? Like, is it just the A-League? Like, obviously you don't want to say that the A-League we're in on this or anything like that, but is it for publicity, or is there actually somebody who genuinely thinks that Usain Bolt would be a good footballing addition?
Well, if there's someone that genuinely thinks he'd be a good football addition, I don't think they should be in a position to make those calls. But in terms of a publicity, it is good for them for publicity. But again, it's a salary cap league, so that means you'd have to be giving him money out of your salary cap, and is he going to contribute to your squad? And you know, he says he's chasing a dream of being a professional footballer. Yeah, he's coming out with quotes about he wants X amount when. If you're chasing the dream, it's not about the money, it's about the dream, and he's obviously contradicted himself massively there.
Right, you're 32 now, and for quite a number of years you've been focused on your coaching aspirations and getting ready for retirement, whenever that may be, because I've already alluded to you're still very fit and got a number of years left in you. Tell us a little bit about what your thought process in terms of coaching is.
Yeah, so I think when I was about 26, I set out with maybe 25, with the ambition of, by the time I'm 35, to have the highest qualification possible. Obviously, that being the UEFA Pro license, and not because I think that's the be all and end all, but just because I think that will potentially, by the time inverted commas 35, might get me an opportunity over someone else. To get my foot in the door somewhere and prove my worth. I actively go out Tuesday, Thursdays, Saturdays, and I took over a semi-professional team just to help with my development. And it's something I'm passionate about. I'm definitely actively going to pursue. And I know you're basically going back to your YT days in coaching, but I'm driven to at least get my foot in the door somewhere. With a little bit of experience and determination behind me. Is
it something you actually enjoyed, being, because we were on to paint the picture, myself and Andy were on it was a combined B and A licence that quite a few of the lads did, and I think I was obviously older than Andy and I was treating it maybe more seriously than some of the other lads because I knew it was coming that little bit sooner. But I think looking at you, Andy, the way you got into it and the way we've been speaking in the last couple of years about the way you're going about it, it's certainly something you've embraced, haven't you? I can see the enjoyment that you get from it.
Yeah, I genuinely do. I love the detail. I love the reward. There's even a smile on the lads' faces when something works, something you've worked hard on all week. The details, the small little details. Even a throw in. If you do something like a switch it play from a throw in that you've worked on and it works, and you get your cross in and you score. I love all that, and I like to be around the lads, give them a bit of knowledge from what I've learned through the lower leagues and up and internationally, and yeah, it's just I love football. It has been my life and will always be my life. So I want to give everything I can to be the best at every aspect of it.
It's hard to kind of think too far down the line, and obviously you're still playing at a very good level, but. Is the Australian route something you'd like to stay with by staying over there and coaching and potentially managing, or would you be open to coming back England or even the possibility of League of Ireland?
Yeah, no, I'm open. At the minute, we're just waiting on our Australian passports as our citizenship as a family, and then that should be in the next 6 months, and then obviously my contract will be coming to an end with Glory, and hopefully there'll be something there to think about from here. But yeah, if not, I'm open to whatever. And obviously, as you get a bit older, and you're going to be looking to the opportunities that you can use as to finish your playing career, but also maybe catapult you into something else. So I'm very open-minded and. In a fortunate position that I don't have to go chasing around for the extra cash here or there. So it's I'm really looking forward to the future actually.
In terms of coaching, you've played under the likes of Mick McCarthy, you've played under the likes of Giovanni Trapattoni. What sort of coach are you going to be?
I'm going to be me. I'm not going to be anyone else. I'm just going to be me. I've learned a lot of things, as many professional footballers have. But you know, there's always little things you pick up from everyone, not just managers. I like even pick up things off teammates, players you played against, even off the pitch. Little things, how people conduct themselves in certain situations, and you know, I think if you can combine all that, your experience, as well as a hard work ethic, you know, that's the best way, because then you're just going to be yourself, and you're going to draw on your own experiences and your own knowledge.
I've no doubt you'll do very, very well, because you're clearly keen. You do have that work ethic. It's got to where you are in your footballing playing career. Looking at your former clubs, who would you say is the one that you look out for most weekends? Is there one that you go to, or is it kind of a little bit of it? We look out for Oldham, Wolves, Millwall, Scunthorpe, Leeds, or is there one particular?
No, yeah, I've got two. I always look out for Scunthorpe, because if it wasn't for them, I might not have had the career or the path it went. You know, they gave me the chance when I was 18, and they hold a special place in me. But, and then obviously Wolves, because my time there was amazing, and the friends and the staff and in working under Mick McCarthy, that club was a serious club, as you know yourself, Keith.
Have you seen much of them over the last 18 months, and the way the club's gone, and the way they're playing, and the plans they have to move forward? They've been so impressive.
Yeah, they got on with the super agent, didn't they? And they went from there. They had a plan, they had a vision, and it's fantastic to see the way they're playing. You know, I really do enjoy that style of football, and you know, the players that they brought in and the ambition they're showing is not a team that's looking to just survive. It's a team that's looking to finish top 10, Europa League, maybe Champions League in 5 years. Who knows? But that's obviously their vision. They haven't gone with the mentality of most clubs that get promoted.
Before I let you go, I want to ask you about the Ireland situation. I don't know how many of the games or how much you get to see from over there. What have you made? We're obviously going through a little bit of a tough time over the last 12 months or so. Have you got to see much of it? Yeah,
I'm always watching. I bumped into you at the Euros. I went to watch as well. I'm always watching. I've been, obviously, like a lot of fans, disappointed as of late, but you know, it's like anything, you go through your ups and downs. The management team there, you know, in my opinion, have done a fantastic job getting the lads to where they got them. But you know, they're gonna have to, as you say, roll up their sleeves and book up their ideas, because at the minute it's not really going to the plan and the way people want. And this is when you find out about staff and managers and players, like you know, about what they can do about the situation.
Andy, listen, we're going to let you go. Good luck the weekends, and good luck for the rest of the season. Stay in touch, buddy.
That's great. Thanks.
See you, pal.